Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. Historical context of Iraq. First, the historical significance of Iraq would be discussed. This section could elaborate on Iraq's rich history, beginning from ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, going through various empires, such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. A detailed exploration of Iraq's contributions to human history, including the development of writing, law, and culture, could stretch across tens of thousands of words. This part could also touch upon Iraq's significance in Islam, the establishment of Baghdad, the Golden Age of Islam, and how the country became an intellectual hub in the Middle Ages, 20th century, and the formation of modern Iraq. Following the fall of the Ottoman Empire, modern Iraq was established under British control. The lengthy political processes, struggles for independence, and eventual establishment of the Kingdom of Iraq in 1932 could provide a deep dive into the socio-political changes the country underwent. This section could explain the ramifications of World War II, the 1958 revolution that overthrew the monarchy, and the emergence of different political ideologies, including Arab nationalism and Baathism. Saddam Hussein's Iraq. An in-depth narrative of Saddam Hussein's rise to power and his impact on Iraq could be expanded upon. The Iraq-Iran War, 1980–1988, would be explained in detail, focusing on how it devastated Iraq economically and demographically. The Gulf War in 1991, Iraq's invasion of Kuwait, and the subsequent sanctions imposed by the United Nations could also be delved into, examining how they isolated Iraq from the international community. The 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq and its aftermath. This section could examine the lead-up to the 2003 U.S.-led invasion, the allegations regarding weapons of mass destruction, and how the invasion impacted Iraq's political, social, and economic landscape. A detailed narrative on the toppling of Saddam Hussein's regime and the subsequent insurgency could be provided, along with how sectarian violence erupted in the years that followed. The emergence of ISIS, the role of various factions, and the geopolitical interests of neighboring countries like Iran, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia could be included. Post-ISIS Iraq and economic challenges. The defeat of ISIS did not mark the end of Iraq's challenges. A significant portion of the narrative could explain the reconstruction efforts, the political instability, and the ongoing economic problems. Iraq's dependency on oil, the fluctuating global oil prices, and how corruption and inefficient governance have contributed to the country's struggles could be discussed. In recent years, various protests demanding reforms and economic justice could be elaborated upon. Recent developments in Iraq. Recent progress in Iraq, possibly related to improved governance, political stabilization, or changes in foreign relations, could be examined. This might include relations with the United States, Iran, and other regional powers, as well as internal developments such as elections, constitutional changes, and efforts to combat corruption. The relevance of currency and economic optimism. This part could delve into Iraq's economic recovery efforts, focusing on the country's currency, the Iraqi dinar, and the influence of exchange rates. The hope for a revaluation of the currency and the impact such revaluation could have on Iraq's economy, as well as on investors who follow such events, could be elaborated. The potential signs of economic recovery, efforts to stabilize the dinar, and any shifts in monetary policy could be discussed in detail. Optimism for the future. Building on the theme of optimism, a thorough discussion of the reasons for hope in Iraq's future could follow. This could include the potential for economic diversification, progress in stabilizing the country's political system, improvements in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, as well as the contributions of Iraq's youth to the nation's revitalization. The role of international aid, partnerships, and investment could also be discussed as part of the reasons for positive sentiment. Each of these sections could be broken down into smaller subtopics, ensuring that the final text reaches their required word count by providing extensive details, quotes from experts, in-depth analysis, personal stories, and more. Expanding the initial I merely require a detailed explanation, integrating historical, cultural, and political contexts that shaped Iraq's current situation. Each section would provide in-depth analysis, historical insights, and explanations to encapsulate the complex nature of Iraq and its influence on individuals' perceptions. Here's how the content could be developed. Historical context of Iraq. The foundation of Iraq's significance begins with its role as the cradle of civilization, a region that harbored some of the earliest and most influential human societies. Located in the fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, ancient Mesopotamia gave birth to the first known cities, advanced agricultural techniques, and systems of governance that have influenced countless cultures around the world. Ancient Mesopotamia, the birthplace of civilization in ancient times, the area we now call Iraq was home to the Sumerians, whose innovations in irrigation allowed them to control and utilize the natural resources of the land more effectively. This led to the establishment of city-states like Uruk, and Radu, which grew into powerful centers of trade, culture, and governance. The Sumerians are credited with the creation of cuneiform, the earliest known writing system, which allowed them to record laws, trade agreements, and literary works such as the Epic of Gilgamesh. As we move forward through time, Iraq's significance continued to grow as it became a hub for successive empires, including the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. Each of these civilizations contributed to the development of human knowledge, particularly in fields such as astronomy, mathematics, and law. Hammurabi, the Babylonian king, is best known for his Code of Laws, one of the first written legal codes in human history. This period of Mesopotamian dominance laid the foundation for much of what we consider modern civilization. The Islamic era and Baghdad's Golden Age. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.